Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Healer's Journey. This is episode 10, y'all. We have made it through 10 episodes here. I'm so excited. I'm your host, Leisha Lee, as always, and together we're here navigating healthcare and self-care together because that's what it's all about, doing it together. Our guest today is someone who is like taking life by storm. She's so informational. We're going to unpack a lot here today. Let's go ahead and bring out Miss Nicole Burnette. Hello. How are you doing?
Good, and you?
I am doing wonderful. Blessed for sure.
Definitely.
So let's get into it. It's not a super live long. So you are a solutions focused life coach.
I
Can
am.
you explain to people what that is
Right.
specifically?
So people often get stuck in a rut. Sometimes people get stuck in cycles. Sometimes we get stuck in patterns. Sometimes we just get stuck in general. And
Yes.
I tend to just be solutions focused. Where are you stuck? Where are you trying to
Mm,
go? How do we get you there?
mhm.
In a nutshell.
Nice. And I know you have a background in education. How long were you in
I
education?
This is my 22nd year in education. And I've been an instructional coach for the last 7 years. Well, I'm going into my seventh.
Nice. So what was that? Where did that transition happen? When were you like, okay, education, now I want to do more than that.
So I'm still in education. I didn't quit my day
Mhm.
job. So
Nice. She does it
ultimately,
all, y'all. She does it
yeah,
all.
I do all the things, and then I don't sleep all the time. But no, basically the transition was seamless in the fact that I am already 90% of my day spending time doing the life stuff. Very
Mhm.
little of my job is actually about instruction. It's more about work-life balance. It's more about
Mm,
not being frustrated, being patient, seeing how people learn, the psychological aspects of it.
mhm.
So ultimately what I'm trying to do mostly is spend my time helping people figure out the reason why they're not getting where they want to go. And
Mm,
so once I really, and I also have a degree in counseling psychology. So
nice.
because I wasn't able to fulfill that desire to become a counselor because those requirements were long and stringent, and I couldn't do
Mhm.
that and maintain my job,
Mhm.
I decided this was a nice shortcut.
Nice. And it seems like you enjoy it. You are so informational. You were at our retreat and like closed us out with like all this information. I was like, oh, she is on it. She has come prepared and you were on it. You were just rolling. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it. So what made you decide like life coaching and what when did you realize like, oh, I'm really good at this. This is what I should be doing.
So I feel like this is something I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
I am that person at the grocery store the little ladies are walking up to and asking questions about their lives, that
Oh.
mothers are seeking out to find out why they can't get their 30-year-old off the couch. Um, it has just been a natural progression for me. I don't know if I
Mm-hmm.
look helpful, but for whatever reason, people are always seeking out my help. And I figured I might as well get paid for some of the
I
things that I'm doing for free. Um,
I love
but no,
it.
it really is my desire to kind of help people be their best self. I know what
Mhm.
life feels like when you just feel like you're not quite meeting what your goal is. And
Yeah.
people always have that burden of trying to figure out what it is that they're supposed to be doing. And for
Mhm.
me, I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I just need to figure out the time to do it in. So
Yes.
everybody has a different struggle.
So you said you don't know why people always come to you. It's energy. It's all about energy. Isn't that saying like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear?
Hmm.
And then you
Hmm.
just walk into the room and they're like, "Oh, let me ask her."
Questions. Come here.
You come here, please. I love it. I love it. So, how did you get partnered with H Cube? What was that story? How did that come to be?
So I work with Delia. She is my counterpart in the
Nice.
educational game. We're both instructional coaches.
I love
So
it.
I think at the beginning of the year, this is our first year really teaming up. And after a in service, we do professional development for teachers. After
Okay.
professional development, she came up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, everybody in the room was listening to you." And she's like, no, 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 you don't understand. Like, they listened to me, but they weren't listening to me like they were listening to you. Like, you said things and like people were taking notes. And I'm like, I don't know if it's because I believe what I'm saying, but
Mhm.
and then like the experience, I'm a fossil, so I've been around the system a long time. Anybody
Mhm.
that's been there for a degree of time knows me. But then after hearing me speak a couple of times, she was like, well, I have a group through my wife's company, and they're healing heroic healers. And she started telling me about it. And I was a CNA. That's how I paid my way through college. So I was like, I'm down, like for whatever. Like, and they need stuff. And I just thought about how we do pour and pour and pour into other people, and we don't take
Mm.
care of us. And that's just a natural thing when you're a healer, when you're heroic, when you're out here in the helping fields. So
Mm.
I definitely want to be a part of it when she started telling me what it was about.
Ah, I love it. I like that so I've realized teachers and healthcare workers have so much in common.
We do.
And you're now saying that you have been in both worlds.
I have.
What is that like? What is that comparison? Where can you, because you can give us a different vantage point of from both.
So the only difference I would say between healthcare and education is that the patients are more feistier, and
Yeah.
by that I mean the kids. Like, they will come for your life for no reason, no
Yeah.
provocation.
It's
Um,
are brutal.
in healthcare, like, people are sick, they're not at their best.
Yeah.
Depending on where you work at, I did nursing homes. I did a little bit of ER for like a hot minute. I don't,
Ooh.
Carla, I don't know if you're watching, but
Yeah.
working in that
Yeah.
herb. Not my jam. Um,
Carla's different for
but
sure.
then seeing the people in their worst moments, in their most stressful times, like, you can almost forgive some of the things that come out of their mouth. But as a
Yep.
kid, I just fed you. You in my class eating noodles. You ain't got no reason to be mad. No reason. No reason. I gave you chocolate. I let you get up and go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know what you're mad about, but it ain't me. I ain't do it.
I love
Right.
it.
So I would say that the feistiness is there, and people fight you to get that
Mm,
learning, but at the same time they want it, and you know that you can
yeah.
give it to them whether they actually feel like they need it or not. I feel like that's a commonality.
Yeah.
So the drive is the same, it's just the delivery is a lot different.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Carla. Carla's in the comments. She says she's here. That ER life, we can't imagine it.
Listen, that's
That's
a
too. I
different animal.
couldn't. I know I couldn't. I'm in mental health. Y'all got the healthcare. I can't. I don't do blood. No.
That's not my
Mm-mm.
lane. I mean, I appreciated it for the time that I was there. It's not like the show at all. It's
It's.
not like the show at all.
I think of
Mm-mm.
like Grey's Anatomy and like you just pop in and out. I'm sure it's not like that at all.
Well, I'm dating myself, so I liked ER. That was one of my favorite shows. Like, I've seen every episode of it, and I went into it thinking, "Ooh, I'm about to go in here and save some life." I got threw up on, and a kid bit me, and it was a series of things that happened over the course of a week that let me know I'm just gonna finish out the second week, and I worked long enough to put in a 2 week notice.
No.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
she ain't
no.
got
I'm so
time.
glad I went into the field that I went into because that's a no for me.
But
Thank you
I've
for
done
taking
mental
that on for a couple weeks.
I've done mental health care. I worked with developmentally disabled adults. I loved that work. It was very fulfilling. I've done home health care where I worked
Mm,
with individuals, ADLs, and
mhm.
living needs, and all of that type of stuff. And then I've done the nursing home work, which a lot of the women before me and my family had done. So it was kind of like second nature to take
Mhm.
care of people. Like, I'm from a
Yes.
big family. It's a lot of babies. Somebody always pregnant. Somebody always
Yeah.
swole. There's always a
Somebody needs to be
child
taken
running
care
around.
of.
Right. So it was kind of natural.
Yeah. It's so interesting how people who grow up and we turn into like healers and heroes. It's not anything new. Like it's not one day we just snap and we're like, I want to help people. It's always been there. It's always been in us, and it's just a matter of finding that right job or position that makes us feel fulfilled in the way that we are able to care for people.
Right.
Um, so when you're working with people, what is one of the common things that you find throughout um, the clients that you've worked with? So is it like career? Is it just the way they feel and trying to feel good? What is the average of the people you work with, would you
I
say?
would I would say the average person knows exactly what they want to do. They just have no idea how to get there.
Mm.
They have no idea how to get there. And in
Mm.
some cases, the things that most people want to change, but they don't want to change nothing.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, like
Yes, they
everybody
wanna
has
keep
a
the same
problem.
habits, they wanna keep doing the same things, they wanna
You want
eat
to
the
do the
same
same
stuff.
thing, but you want something different. And then most of the people in your life love you so much that they're like, yeah, that'll work. And then I come along and I'm like, nah,
Quit
I'm
doing
not about to get there like that.
that. Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
What do you want
Yeah.
to do different? How can we reframe this? What are some things that you are willing to do? What do
Mm.
those steps actually look like? And I think for me, because I'm a very detailed person,
Mhm.
making someone actually talk out what it's going to take to get something done, it does one of two things. It either makes you really see a plain path to get there, or it makes you realize that's not really what you actually wanted. You
Hmm.
wanted something
I'm
else,
writing that down.
but you thought it would get you there because you think this is a thing. Like most people, you want to make more money. You're broke,
Right?
right? We
Yeah.
all are struggling in this economy. The truth is that you don't need to make more money. You need to change your relationship with money. Because the more you make, the more you spend until you start
Mm.
looking at money different.
Yes.
But nobody wants to hear that. How you gonna tell what? So I feel different about this dollar. That mean it ain't gonna leave? No,
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And there's always this external, well, this is why I don't make a lot.
Mhm.
This other thing is the reason why I'm struggling.
Right.
Um, is accountability something that I'd imagine comes up a lot? Like, okay, if you want this, then right now is where we start taking accountability for where we
Mhm.
are so that you can intentionally get to where you're wanting to go.
I feel like accountability is internal. It's the
Yes.
goal. It's the goal that makes a person stay accountable. Because it's
Mm,
like for me, I'm constantly reminding you of what you said you wanted.
yeah.
This is what you said you wanted.
I didn't
You
make
can't
this
tell
up.
me that you're trying to lose 30 pounds in 20 days and you're at Krispy Kreme right now. That don't go together.
That math don't math.
That math ain't math. You can have the donut, but it's gonna take you longer than 30.
Right.
Right. So it's
Right.
like to me that the accountability is kind of built into the process of really getting you in a place of recognizing now we've picked the goal, we've got the steps, now it's just about making it actually happen.
Mhm.
And that's the hard part for most people.
Yes.
It's not the goal setting. People set goals all the time. Y'all set goals when I was with y'all.
Yeah. We
We set
did.
New Year's resolutions every year. By February 1st, we're not doing that no more.
I don't even remember that goal.
Exactly.
So in the retreat, I remember your slides and you kind of got into energy and chakras and all of that. What made you incorporate that into your coaching? Because not every life coach does that.
Mhm. So I like to think so when I was for the short time I did pre-certification therapy, I
Mhm.
really considered myself to be a holistic therapist. I looked at all of the possible root causes of things. To
Yes.
me, you can't decompartmentalize successfully if you have blockages. And if
Mhm.
you don't know where you're full at, you really can't release. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're thinking, well, if I just go and meditate, or if I burn some sage, or if I get a nice scented candle,
You know
that
what?
that's gonna make me feel better. When the reality is that your heart is broken because you're a people pleaser and people have been hurting you, and you're not saying it out loud.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you balance your chakras, it's about saying the quiet part out loud. It's not even so much the art of it. I'm not a
Mhm.
Buddhist. I'm not that's not my lane.
Yeah.
However, I do believe that we are energy, that the universe is energy, that we're made of energy, and this is about energy sources. So when I started to look
Absolutely.
at the physicality of where we hold things at,
Mhm.
it makes a difference. It
Yep.
makes a And if you're more aware of how you hold things and where you hold them in your body, the release becomes seamless and easy because you know if my shoulders are tense, it's because my throat chakra is heavy and I got 1,000 things to say.
Mm.
there was 17 people I wanted to cuss out today, and I didn't because I needed to stay employed. But what do you do with all that
With that
resonance,
energy. Yes.
right? So that's kind
Yes.
of where that was where that came from.
Yes. That's amazing. I love that. Holistic care and wellness is everything I'm all about. So when you had your slides up, I was like, oh, she's out here doing it. Like she is for real.
She's trying to stay free, is what it is.
Okay.
Because the world is a stressful place, and I feel like if we continue to pile on all the things and we never release, you always end up snapping at somebody who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. Or you end up putting things on other people, other places, other things when
Mhm.
really your back hurts not because you've been working all day, but because you got more going on inside of you than you're really aware of.
All the things.
And that needs to be addressed. It's
And
not just
you
yes.
implode also.
Yes. Exactly. So thank you for saying that because I think a lot of people miss that we are energetic beings. Like it's more and more in science today, they are talking about how human beings are energetic and the way that we move through life um, together as one. We're all one energy, just split up.
Mhm.
So, you taking the time to teach people that and put that into your life coaching, thank you. It is so needed. So when it comes to H cubed and healthcare workers specifically, what kind of work do you see is needed the most?
I think just I think it should be a part of the training program
Mm,
that they are in to learn about secondary traumatization, that they should
ooh,
be able to know that you do take on some of the attributes of the things that you face every day. No one really teaches
yes.
that. I know in the psychology program that I was in, it was a part of our standing homework to talk about self-care. And not just I went
Mm,
and got my nails did or I
yeah,
ate at
I
three
got a
o'clock in the
facial.
morning. No, it was more about like what have you discovered about yourself? How are you
Mm,
releasing? How are you forgiving yourself? Like the things that
yes.
you weren't able to get done. How are you acknowledging your failures
Mm,
and addressing them? Not just acknowledging parts of you suck. What are you actually doing about it? And I
yes.
that the training in that I carried into my life because like as a teacher, nobody told me that.
Yeah.
When I was a
Oh,
healthcare worker, nobody was like, you're
yeah.
gonna lose patients. Like people are gonna actually die.
There's I don't know how they can prepare you for that. Like, let's have a conversation. Let's something. This is
Not
I
only
was
do they
not
die,
ready.
but you have to clean them up after they dead. Wait a minute.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
mean to tell me Miss Ethel was gone and now I gotta go in here and touch her?
Oh,
You know? But
yeah.
in the learning of like the profession, you develop coping strategies for that.
Mhm.
I feel like if that was a thing that was baked into the cake, they would be able to keep people more because you know
Yeah.
exactly how to handle that when it's first in your face. And what
Yeah.
if you don't work with a staff of people that are willing to pour into you to let you know those tips and tricks?
That has always been huge for me in working in mental health specifically because that's all I've had. But being able to debrief and speak with other people that are around me was pivotal. I don't think I would have lasted as long as I did in the healthcare because that it's too much. It is too much for one person to just take it all on and be like, "This is okay. I'm fine." No, you're not. You're traumatized.
I like cake, Delia. Shut up.
I do like cake too. I just ate my last piece, so it's gone. Hey, Carla. Carla said self care is saying no, resting, and setting boundaries too. Absolutely.
Mhm,
Absolutely. At one of my first case management jobs, I would say no. They'd be like, "You don't want?" No, I have to go home.
mhm.
I've been traumatized today. I need to go. I need to go home when I
But
clock out.
no is a full sentence. What? It doesn't require an explanation.
Absolutely.
I tell people no all the time, and they'll be like,
Absolutely.
but why? Because no.
Because I said no specifically. Yes, absolutely.
It's enough.
Absolutely. And as people who care and just want to help people, in the beginning, it is hard to say no.
Mhm.
It is so hard because you're like, dang, they need help. I'm able. Go home, boo. Go home, rest, take
You'll
care
be
of
better
yourself.
tomorrow. You'll be
You will be
better
so much
tomorrow.
better tomorrow. You can do way more because you'll be rested.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take that into account. We think of just right now, today, I can do more. No, do more and better tomorrow because you've rested.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for saying that. So do you have social media or anything where you
I do.
Yeah, let's get that. If we can get that in the chat for people to see and they can check you out. I'd
Okay. Is
imagine
this?
that.
Am I chatting in this chat
If
box here?
I don't know if we have tech support who can put that in there. If you want to
Can you
say
link
it.
my socials? You put it here is what she's saying me.
Oh,
Okay.
yep. So if you put it in there.
I can look for it too. Like you don't follow me on all my social medias. Like we don't
we're on
send
a
each
little
other videos every
we're on a little
15
time
minutes. Like that's what we about to do. Okay. So I'm
I
putting my
love it. I love it.
Facebook and then my business page. And then I think on everything else, I just have my business name. Um, so it's Nicole S. Burnette. I put my full government name on my Facebook. I don't know why. Um, I think it was
Nothing
just
wrong with that.
easier to find at the end of the day, and I wasn't trying to be creative at that point. Um,
Exactly.
so Nykki Beezy Productions is the umbrella for which all of my musical life coaching imprints. It's the official legal name of my business. I
Uh-huh.
based it on basically just my Gmail name because it wasn't taken, and
Okay.
kind of summarizes my first and last name and productions because I produce.
I
And
love
then,
it.
so
And
and
you said, oh, go
Nicki
ahead.
B's
Sorry.
on IG also
Oh, okay, okay.
and TikTok.
Nice.
I do all the things.
Okay. And TikTok. Not everybody does TikTok, and I think they should.
I'm silly,
I
so
love it. I'm gonna
what you're
follow you.
gonna find because people are like, well, let me with your bit. It's not a lot of business oriented stuff on my social
It's just my
media.
personality. It's just
I'm just a silly goofball, and I'm going to publish whatever made me laugh out loud that day, whether I
yeah.
created it or somebody else.
I love that. I've noticed a lot of content online is very strategic. Like I need to do these certain things in each video. I'm just living. I'm just a human. I'm gonna post what is happening right now in my life. I don't need to
Mhm.
make it up. I don't need to do the other things. This is
And
what it
sometimes it's not even me. It's just like, oh my God. So this kid was singing to this other kid and he told me to shut up. And I felt like everybody in the world needed to see it. And whoever they didn't show it to, I'm showing it to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Nicki Beezy Productions, businesses. How many do you have? What all do you do?
Oh, girl, listen. Okay. So I buy a lot of shoes. So I'm about my coin. No. So just to I started off making beats, right?
Okay.
I love music. I grew up playing violin. I come from a very musically inclined family. Several of my cousins are artists or beat makers. So I started off doing that. Once I started making money off of making beats, I realized I didn't really know what I was doing. So I took time back from it, girl, because I know me. I took time back from it to really reinvigorate my love of the craft. While I was
Uh-huh.
doing that, I started making videos about some of the things that I was learning and doing. And then I learned that there was a niche for that. Then I realized I got this whole psychology degree where people are always asking me questions. How do I build my money up? How do I engage in conflict in the workplace? How do I just do certain things better? So then I created a series of videos that address each of those things. I call it the Better Living series, and I have a website available where those are there. So where if people don't have time to engage in the life coaching process, but they just need some skill building type focused material, I have that available for them. I also do the life coaching and I'm working on educational consulting. So like I'm just taking all of the interests that I have and monetizing them. And these
Oh
are
my
all things that I would do for free, but why should I? Like people
What?
are making
No.
thousands
If
of
you
dollars.
can make money off of it, go ahead. It's
Right.
already
So
gonna do it.
So at
Wow.
this point, I'm getting started. I'm getting my feet wet. I have a platform where my classes are held. It's called the Life Hack Institute, which is what my logo has on it. And it's my LHI at thinkific.com. if you want to go swing by and check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have
Are we
free and
getting
paid
all of
courses.
this
So I'll
to
put that
share
in
with
there.
everyone?
Yeah. Um, but I have free and paid courses. So like I'm not just trying to get paid off everything. I from a root cause analysis to understanding ACEs, like your childhood adversity, like
Mhm.
all of the things. All of the things.
Oh,
Um,
I love it.
so yeah, I feel like it's a pretty well-rounded approach to all the things that I can do. I want to be.
Yeah. I love that. So how do you balance your time and rest and everything you got going on?
So let me let you know that she'll fall out and take a nap right quick. You can ask Delia. I've done it at work. It happens. I don't. I'm no stranger to resting. I don't have no problem with that. I mostly try to compartmentalize what I'm doing. So if I'm working on life coaching, typically if that's the day that I have sessions set up or I'm doing research or whatever, that's what I'm doing for that day. So I try to get
Mhm.
everything done that I want to try to accomplish in that week for that. Or sometimes I'll batch things in months. So like the last couple of months since March when we did the retreat, I've
Mhm.
really been focused on life coaching, focused on getting my material, figuring out what strategies I wanted to use, figuring out my processes, the outcomes that I wanted to have. In the next 3 months, I'm really going to focus on music because I'm circling back to it. I learned a few things. I took a great
Mhm.
amount of time off from it. So I'm wanting to go and boost those platforms up that I'm paying for so that I can have
Right.
some material available for that. And then
Yeah.
in the next 3 months, I'll really focus on my courses. So it's kind of like if I dedicate to something, I'm not trying to do 17 things at once. And since most of what I do is very plug and play, once I put the
Yeah.
courses up there, they're up there
You're up.
and
Oh,
people buy them or whatever, and they're available,
right.
right? So the music is the same thing. It's there. So somebody's like, hey, you got a beat? Go to my Airbit page. I don't have time. But it's available, right? So just learning how to chunk things,
Uh-huh.
you can get everything done.
That makes so much sense. People in education are way more organized than I probably will ever be. And I just love y'all for that. I'm like, wow, that makes so much sense. I'm stealing that idea.
Yes, please, by all means,
That
steal all of the ideas and do all of the things. Like, I don't know. I even in my education, I wanted to do all when I was little, I wanted to be Columbo. Um, I wanted to be who was that psychiatrist that was working with that girl? It was some famous psychiatrist, Dr. Ruth. I loved her. All of the things, and I wanted to be a teacher. So I literally got a degree in every area that I ever wanted to do.
smart. I love it. I love it. All right. So we've got your links all in the comments. Let's see. Yep, we've got the SoundCloud business.
My SoundCloud hasn't been updated in a minute, so when you go there, just enjoy.
Business 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for putting those in the comments. Um, so we've talked about HQ, we talked about education, um, starting your career, doing all these different things. I'm just so amazed that you do all these different things. Even you say you put it up and you don't have to do much, but that's still on top of everything that you do. If you work with Delia, I already know like y'all are amazing because Delia has just amazing people all around always. She's
All the
such a
time.
connector. I
Yeah.
she's in a hot mess too. No, oh my
Is
gosh.
the socialist person I have ever met in my entire. When I'm with Delia, I'm gonna meet 37 people that day.
And they're going to be great people.
All of them are gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna remember any of their
You know
names,
all the
but
amazing
they're
people.
all gonna be amazing. Yes, yes.
Delia, you're not even from here. Like what is going on? When did you meet these people?
I have no idea. She's
I
never been
love
a
it.
stranger.
Just I can talk to anyone. I love it. I love it. So I hear you closed us out at the retreat and it was amazing. You like jam packed it and we were like, okay, Miss Ma'am, she's got everything. And I hear that you're very good at closing things out. So
Yeah.
do you have anything you can share with us that can close out? Because this is our last episode of this season of
Aw.
the healer's journey. Yes, this is episode 10. We
Congratulations
will
on the
be
10th
back.
episode.
Thank you. Yes, we made it. We did it. It was fun. It was so fun. We are coming back for season 2 in the fall, so be ready for that.
Definitely, definitely.
Do you have
The,
anything that you can close us out with?
the only closing thought that I have is just to keep going, like keep moving
Right.
forward. You know, whatever it
Absolutely.
is that you're trying to do, just keep moving forward, even if you have to crawl, still move forward.
Yes. Yes, that's something we've been talking about a lot lately is just you just don't stop. Everything always ends up pulling through in some way. It ends up working out, but you just have to not give up. That's the key ingredient to just about everything.
Right?
Just keep moving. I love it.
That's
Nicole, thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. You were so informational, so sweet, so funny. I absolutely love it. This is the best ending to an episode. Um so we will be having another like live stream here in a couple weeks. But that will be announced. So be looking out for that. All right, y'all. I am Leisha Lee. Nicole, thank you so much for joining us. We are
Thank you for
out of
having
here.
me.
Of course. All right, y'all. Bye.